This is Clarence E of the Fort Worth Star Telegram welcoming the champ, Lennox Lewis, the great Lennox Lewis, the last undefeated heavyweight champ. Now he's a boxing analyst for Fox Sports, here for the Errol Spence Jr. Mikey Garcia fight Saturday at AT&T Stadium. Welcome to town.
Thank you. Lovely being here. I haven't been here for such a long time, so it's always nice to come back.
When last time you were in the DFW, what brought you here before?
I can't even remember, but I know I was here because I remember thinking that this place is so advanced. You know, this is the first place I went to where you went up in the elevator and it talked to you. It says,
where were you at that point?
I can't even remember, but that's the only thing that I remember.
Yeah. How old were you at the time? Do you remember?
It was during my boxing career.
During your boxing career?
Yeah, during my boxing career I came. I must have passed through town going to some meeting or something.
Again, you're here for the Errol Spence Jr. fight against Mikey Garcia. Big time boxing at AT&T Stadium. Just your quick thoughts on the fight.
Great matchup, good fight. You got two undefeated guys. You got Mikey Garcia from a family of boxers. You know, he spends time in the gym, a lot of time in the gym. He owns two weight classes right now. He's moving up to challenge the great, skillful Errol Spence Jr. Big, southpaw, skillful, powerful, great matchup, 24-0. Can't ask for a better matchup than that.
You know, Mikey's trying to make history. You know, he's trying to be, I think, the sixth fighter to win titles in 5 different weight classes. We're talking about Tommy Hearns, we're talking about Sugar Ray, we're talking about Oscar De La Hoya, we're talking about Floyd Mayweather, and Manny Pacquiao. He's a 4-division champ, trying to be a 5-division champ.
Well, you know, let me tell you, it's possible, very possible that, you know, he can do well. I think it's a great matchup, good fight. We're just going to have to see what happens. I mean, you know, it's been tried before and failed before. And if there's one guy to really make it, it's Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, but it's a challenge. I mean, you just said he's going up 2 different weight classes, weight classes from 130 to 147. Errol Spence is the bigger man. He's probably the most powerful puncher in the welterweight division right now. Again, considered by many among the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world. That's going to be a tough road to hold for Mikey with this bigger, stronger Errol Spence.
Yeah, I always get worried when guys move up because, you know, they move up and they don't realize that, you know, they're not bringing the power with them. They're bringing the skill with them, but a lot of them figure, you know, that they're punching at a higher weight and they're saying, well, these guys are not going down because they're used to getting punched hard. And you got to bring a lot more weight to hurt these guys in a higher weight class. So,
what do you like about Errol? He's a hometown guy, grew up in DeSoto, grew up a Cowboys fan. This is his opportunity. He's looking at this fight as a chance, a stepping stone into greatness. He wins this fight. He is looking at a fight possibly with Manny Pacquiao, maybe go Sean Porter, some of those other guys, unify the division, but make himself a household name.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you need to do. He needs to have these type of fights, prove himself. I mean, I've been watching Errol Spence Jr. from he first started, and I'm heavily impressed with just the way he conducts himself, the way how he dismantles his opponents, and you know, he's not just a headhunter. Mm-hmm. He'll hit you to the body too, body and head. So I love how he breaks down his opponents.
You know, the thing about Errol, I guess if there's one criticism, he's a laid-back guy. He's not a flashy guy. He shows his stuff in the ring. Does he need to be more of a personality? You weren't a big personality. You just showed your stuff in the ring as well, right?
No, I think he's getting into himself. You know, he's definitely a shy guy, and you know, I see him speaking a lot more. You're almost forced to speak more. You know what I mean? Everybody's asking you questions, so you get used to it, and then you get better at answering the questions. So he's actually getting better at answering questions, and I like what he's saying. He's very focused, very poised, and you know, he means business.
You know, and that's the thing in boxing, because you have the MMA, and obviously boxing is not what it was when you were fighting, and some other guys with Sugar Ray Leonard, and some of those guys were fighting when it was the only really game and fight game in town to some extent. So you need to sell the box. It's not just about winning fights. You have to sell the fights to the public.
Yeah, I mean, this is the age that we're in. We're in the internet, social media age, and you know, people want to know who to support, and through social media, and TV, they get to understand and know the person who they're supporting. So I think that's a lot better. Yes, you're right. Athletes nowadays have to sell themselves a little more, and some guys do it better than others.
You're in the social media world now. I saw you tweeting. I checked you out on Twitter this morning, and you tweeted. I think this is the 20th anniversary, either tonight or last night, was the 20th anniversary of your loss to Holyfield.
Well, I wouldn't call it a loss to Holyfield. I call it a win because the world had the opportunity to see who the better boxer was out of me and Holyfield. So Holyfield is my friend. He's a great fighter. I call him the holy warrior, and he's lived up to that.
He obviously, Holyfield, Tyson, those are the big names that you've been associated with. Who was the tougher fighter?
Both of them were tough in their own way. Holyfield, has an extensive amateur career, and he studies boxing. Mm-hmm. So he's got like a whole bunch of different defenses he can throw at you. He's not going to fight the fight the same way how you want him to fight the fight because he moved well when I boxed him. Mm-hmm. And he also took a couple of hard shots. And there was one situation against the ropes where I had him hurt, and I thought he was trying to bait me in, so I kind of took it easy. And later on, I asked him, "Yo, were you hurt?" And he goes, "Yeah, I was hurt." Mm-hmm. And I'm like, "Oh man, he was hurt. You should have told me while I was fighting. I took you out.
You could have finished it. What are your thoughts on Tyson, his career? I mean, obviously at that point, he wasn't. I don't know if he was still the Iron Mike, the fearsome, the guy that everybody was afraid of. Clearly, you weren't afraid of him. You were the bigger man. Mm-hmm. Actually, I went to that fight in Memphis.
Yeah.
I watched that fight. You took him apart.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever been through a fight where we had a human chain to separate two opponents. So that was exciting. Then
what do you mean by a human chain?
Well, there was like about 20 people in the ring.
Right.
Separating me and Tyson before the fight. And then even our press conferences, we had to do them on separate days. So that was interesting. We didn't do the press conference the same day.
They didn't want y'all to fight at the press conference?
Right. Well, I guess they felt that there would have been some trouble at the press conference.
Was it that kind of bad blood, or was that more Tyson, or?
I think it was
you
more
ready to go out his
Tyson.
head, or
Yeah,
what?
it was more Tyson. I don't really have bad blood with him on that aspect. I think it was more of in trying to intimidate me, something like that. Anything can go off. We're both top athletes, and we're both focused, and we both want the same thing.
You would think that boxing. Everybody's a boxer. We're getting in the ring to fight. Can boxers be intimidated?
Good boxers cannot be intimidated. Boxers that get intimidated easy can be intimidated. When you have an extensive amateur career like me, I've been to world champions, I'm an Olympic champion, now I'm a professional, and I'm up to like 30, 40 fights. You can't expect to come in the ring and try and scare me. I'm not scared. I'm too focused in.
Your life after the ring, can you talk about that transition, and do you miss it? Do you miss getting your head beat in? The people going after you? I mean, I'm sure you didn't get your head beat in that much because you were an undefeated champion. I think you've only lost 2 or 3 times as a pro.
Yeah. Do I miss boxing? Yeah, I miss the excitement of it. I love the crowd screaming. I love people, screaming my name, and I love when the focus is on me. Now the focus isn't on me. Mm-hmm. I'm good with it. I say to people, well, how do you feel if somebody's always trying to knock you out and beat you up and punch you in the face? Not good. So now I'm stepped out of the sport, and nobody's trying to do that to me anymore.
But you brought up that transition, the attention, and a lot of people, athletes, I cover the Cowboys and certainly a lot of sports around here, and people do miss the attention. You go in places and you're so used to people recognizing who you are, and not that you need it for your ego, but you're used to it, and then you go somewhere and you finish, and you don't get that attention anymore, and you have to find different ways.
Well, it's funny. I'm not an attention seeker in that sense. Mm-hmm. You could say a lot of people love the attention because that's all they know. Mm-hmm. I know when I hear when I'm watching a fight and the crowd screams and yells and at a boxer coming in, I can nod my head and say, yeah, I know what that feels like. Right. I know how that sounds. I remember that sound.
Right.
And that's how I look at it. And then for those boxers that love the attention, and all of a sudden it's gone, they just need something to focus on. For me, I got commentating, I got, training camp for kids, where I got the Lennox Lewis League of Champions boxing camp for young kids from age 9 to 20. So I run those every year, and that keeps me occupied. It gives me something to do, and I love it as well. Just to see the faces on these little kids when they've accomplished something good, when they've learned something that's basically hard. Boxing, it's hard. It's a hard sport. It's a tough sport, and if you can even get through the workout and run a couple miles, you're good. So
that's how you get in the ring. You still get in the ring with the kids, but you haven't sparred with anybody, have you, lately? Or
No. But I don't mind putting on the gloves. I'll put on the gloves with my son.
You think I can take you?
You're not in my weight class.
But I'm quick. I'm just saying. Let me see your fist.
You think you can take? You think you can take me?
Well, the thing is, I don't know if I could take the punch.
See, I know a couple guys, right? They always say they're great in table tennis or something. And then when you put them on the table,
you put the table, they can't do it.
Yeah, they can't do it. So I'm a man that can do it.
What do you, competition-wise, what do you do to compete now? Do you thrive or crave for that competition? Do you play any other sports? A golfer or anything?
Listen, I'm a true athlete. I play basketball, soccer, volleyball, table tennis, pool, everything. And that's how I look after my time with my friends. We're either playing pool, table tennis, poker, whatever.
So what's your best?
Oh, I'm good at all of them. I challenge everybody at anything.
So you're a trash talker too?
Absolutely.
Did you trash talk in the ring? I don't remember you being a ring trash talker.
I'm a true trash talker. If I'm saying I'm going to knock you, I'm going to knock you out. Just like Muhammad Ali said, Muhammad Ali used to talk it and do it. So, Muhammad Ali's my idol. So that's what he did. That's what I do.
So pretend we're getting ready for a fight.
Yeah.
Tell me what you're going to do to me.
I'm going to knock you out.
First round, second round?
You're a bum. You're a chump. Look at you. I'm not even making you feel good about yourself. See that? So that's my trash talking.
But I look
See?
good.
I didn't say anything about your family or anything like that.
You know how to get to my family?
No, I'm not that type of trash talker. I'm a clean trash talker.
Hey, Lennox Lewis, the champ, here for the Errol Spence Mikey Garcia fight. You're predicting?
I'm predicting a great fight, unbelievable fight. Don't miss it.